We started attending the local church, Six Pilgrims Church, here in Alford and in the Six Churches. And there was a lovely retired priest, Paddy Craig, who was our house for duty priest. And after a few years, I thought that it was through the church that I'd like to contribute to the local community. So I went along and talked to him, and he sent me off to talk to the director of ordinands. And after a few discussions with him, it was going to be very difficult for me to see if I could be ordained, because the training, whether it was full-time at a training college or whether it was part-time weekends, was just going to be too difficult with two teenagers and a small son and a working wife as well, so that wasn't really on the cards. It wasn't practical. So he suggested readership, which I didn't know anything about, and he talked about that, and that seemed fine, and I could do that on an weekday evening over a period of about 3 years or something. So that's what I did. I'd never heard of readers, so that surprised me. And but when it was explained that it was, I don't know, I come from an army background, or I spent my early time in the army. It's a bit like not being an officer, but being an NCO, and that's fine. So I went for that. My family have been supportive, because it's been pretty time consuming for Helen, my wife who works. Otherwise, I found the training at the Wells Formation Centre was extremely good, and they were very supportive, and I was very impressed with it. They were very unprescriptive about things, which I thought was good. So I have nothing but praise for the way we were trained, and it took quite a long time, but I mean it was very thorough, I suppose. And in the parish, I've had nothing but support from the local church wardens and parishioners, and and of course our retired priests who we've had over the years. But I suspect it's a bit like ordination. You don't, just because you become a reader, it doesn't mean you have to do this or you have to do that. You can pretty much choose how you take your, if you like, calling forward. And so I think I think if people want a sort of recognised ministry within the Church of England, then it's a very good one to go for. I don't think I've really come across any downsides. I mean, I found it. I've really enjoyed it. I still enjoy it, and it's wonderfully positive. It is what it is. I mean, obviously you don't have the full remit of an ordained priest, but you every position, whatever you're doing, whether you've got a piece of paper or not, you depend upon whoever you're ministering to or being pastor to for their support, and your authority comes from them really, rather than your title.